yeah, 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 yeah. Life seems like a pendulum. From the bottom I go to the top, but I can feel the quantum energy that will bump within this momentum that I feel when I get lost in this delirium. I realize that the strength of the gymnasium will get me out of it, because motion is medicine once I find myself within it. And so the discipline will be changing when I find the notion in the open air that will be changing. And suddenly I'm flowing like the currents of the ocean, and I understand that all of the sense will be there once I finally find the presence in my own life, and I don't get lost within these impediments. I only find myself within these elements, and so I flow within and throughout this emotion within the routes of my mind, and I can feel myself spouted out constantly. I won't feel bound within it, because I know that it will be boundlessly and bountifully and powerfully that I find myself foundationally and formatively. Otherwise it would only be normative or performative, but I can be more than impressive once I let myself out, more than obsessive about this than I've ever been, and I feel progressive, and so I will live where I'm meant to. Otherwise my prerogatives will get lost in my own biological directives, will get me blocked, but I know that I can find the drive. It will be buried in my archive, and I will strive for what I can when I till the land right before me, before my eyes, and everything will change, but I don't get lost in this reprise. Instead I allow everything to materialize the second that I allow it to arrive right before me, and so it will never sterilize itself. Instead it will naturalize, actualize. Once I feel myself go from gradual to rapid right before my own very eyes, I won't ever be vapid. Instead everything will become vivid, and so I will finally feel myself have slid all the way into the slide. I'm in the goal once I begin to ride on, and so I have applied myself and applied the most that I can once I begin to glide high into the sky, high to the highest heights I've ever been. And so within these Arabian nights I can dream and wrap myself within these raps before me, and so it will be rapturously, but I got to capture myself within these sleeves, and I find myself on the eve of every day. Once I wake up and I go away, and it's even further once I recreate myself just like clay, and I can feel these grapevines right before me once I intertwine within them, and I see the break of day in the dawn, and so everything will flow with the rays all the way down, and I can feel the heavenly causeways above me once all of this energy is changing, and my own identity will be lifting up when I'm gifting myself with it. Otherwise I will be throwing myself up, and I will never be shifting further within the paradigm, and I will be drifting all the way further into the furthest extent of time. But I can feel my fervor that will change, but I will undermine myself with these landmines. Instead I will incline myself to what I can divine out of myself. That's when I feel it open up another shelf of existence, and within this intelligence I can find the reconnaissance that I have in correspondence, in order, not in order to tell heaven from hell. But it won't just be that, because I dispel such images and I find my own realistic spells.